Hello and welcome to this initial episode of Liberally Seasoned. I am your host, Chad Miller. I really don't follow measurements per se. I like chunky. I hardly ever dice or puree. I like chunky. There's nothing like seeing the face of the person who's eating your food, just seeing like the near orgasm that they're having in their mouth. So as of late, I've become very obsessed with a specific dessert, and I decided that, you know what, I'm going to make it on my own because I love to cook, and while baking isn't necessarily my forte, there isn't a lot of baking involved in this, so I thought, oh, okay, great. So I found a really nice recipe, and I gave it a shot, and it failed. So I tried it again, just in case. It failed. So I'm like, okay, this is where my cooking prowess comes in. I'm going to tweak it. And eventually, I achieved success in making a homemade key lime pie. So all of this is pretty simple for the most part, and the only thing that really is the downside to this recipe is the wait time, because you have to wait for it to cool after it gets out of the oven. After it's cool, it's got to go in the fridge or the freezer. And then after it's out of the freezer, you gotta let it thaw in the fridge. So it takes time. So this isn't a like make and eat kind of recipe, and I don't do no bake stuff. That takes all the fun out of it. Come on. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get our ingredients in order. We're gonna need 5 egg yolks, a half a cup of sour cream. You're gonna have a pre-made graham cracker crust. Use your favorite brand, or if you want to make your own, feel free. For sake of time, I just didn't. And then we've got lime juice, obviously, and then also a fresh lime for the zest. Now, if you want to squeeze your limes to get a 2/3 cup of lime juice, that's up to you. It's a long process, let me just say. So having the squeezed lime juice is better. If you can find key lime juice, even better. I've not been able to find key lime juice, so regular lime juice works just fine. Oh, and lastly, you're going to want a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. You can't forget that part. Okay, so we're going to want 5 egg yolks. Now I'm going to go ahead and separate those. The initial recipe only called for 3, and I just felt that it didn't give enough substance. So adding a couple more in, I found did a lot better to make it a more agreeable texture. I honestly don't mind separating the eggs. Now, if it were like a dozen eggs, then I might be a little bit skeptical. But okay, so next, I'm gonna put in a cup of sour cream. Now, if I'm familiar with the recipe, I don't ever measure. I just eyeball it. If it's the first time I'm doing a recipe, then yes, I tend to typically go by the measurements. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 350. I'm going to go ahead and add some lime zest to this mixture. We're going to want to do some more zest after all of the topping and whatnot is put on after it's had time to thaw from the freezer. So I want to keep that handy. And you don't need a whole lot. It's very fragrant and beautifully aromatic. I love the smell of lime. I love lime. So now we're going to go ahead and do about 2/3 cup of the lime juice. And this is typically the amount of one squeezed lime. You might have some left over. The last thing that we're adding is going to be the sweetened condensed milk. As I open this up, what we're going to do is we're going to start mixing or blending all the ingredients together, and little by little adding the sweetened condensed milk. This is all nice and handy. Go on a low setting. You're going to want that mix until it's lightly frothy, and then add a little bit of the sweetened condensed milk. Now that that is finished, it should have a consistency of, say, almost a loose pudding. It should be liquidy, but it kind of like gelish at the same time. So with the oven, I found that typically I myself like to reduce temperature times by about 50 degrees and tack on maybe like an additional 10 to 15 minutes. Just because I like to go low and slow. The oven is preheated. I am going to go ahead and pour the mixture into the pre-made graham cracker crust. This could also be really good with shortbread crust too, actually, now that I think about it. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna pop this in the oven for 30 minutes. So while the pie is baking, I'll kind of tell you a few things that happened wrong with my first few attempts. And when I followed the initial recipe specifically, it held well together until you cut into it, and then it was like pudding. It didn't have any form, it didn't have any solidity, it was really, really awful. So I tried it again just to make sure that it wasn't something I did wrong. So I'm like, okay, it can't be that bad. The recipe got rave reviews. So did it, and same thing happened. So I think I did one more tweak before I absolutely got it right to this point. I think I added the 2 extra egg yolks. And then did it, and it was better, but it still hadn't really solidified to the point that I was happy with. So then adding the 1/2 cup of sour cream, which I had read from another recipe, really just made it. It just made it, and it was so delicious. And oh, I can eat one of these things in one sitting, no lies. Alright, it is time to take it out of the oven. Okay, so don't be dismayed if it's jiggly in the middle. Kind of try to see if mine jiggles here. It is perfectly normal for it to be jiggly, unlike what you would like for a typical cheesecake. Okay. So you're gonna let it sit there and cool. Depending on what your time frame is, if it's a half hour, 30 minutes, same thing. You can let it cool for as long as you like. I usually like to let it cool to the point where I can handle it with my bare hands to put it in the freezer. And then in the freezer, you're at least going to want to let it sit there for 2 hours. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cover this and put it into the freezer for at least 2 hours. Okay, so it's the next day, and I've decided to garnish and let the pie sit overnight. We're gonna see how well this baby looks, and hopefully it tastes so good, and this will be a success. Okay, aside the fact that my fiance put a few items on top of this to spread out some of the whipped topping. I'm trying to make this seem appearable. There's lime zest on top of the whipped cream, and it looks good. Oh, it smells amazing. So now I'm gonna go ahead and plate it and take a taste. Fantastic. I am so happy that it cut very well. It's holding up its shape, its form, and now we just have to do the taste test. Oh yes. This is a superb key lime pie. This recipe no longer fails. It's superb. Sublime, if I do say so myself.